Unreal city, under the brown fog of a winter dawn, a crowd flowed over London Bridge. So many I had not thought death had undone so many.
In June, amid the golden fields, I saw a groundhog lying dead. Dead lay he. My senses shook, and mind outshot our naked frailty. There, lowly in the vigorous summer, his form began its senseless change, and made my senses waver dim, seeing nature ferocious in him.
Like a body, holy body, fluttering its empty sleeves, and yet its mimic motion made constant cry, caused constantly a cry that was not ours, although we understood.
Resurrection music, silence, and surf. No longer speaking, listening with the whole body, and with every drop of blood overtaken by silence. But this same silence is become speech, with the speed of darkness.
It fell into its shadows, and they took both away, some to have, some for burning. Well, cutting everything, they came to the water. They came to the end of the day. There was one left standing. They would cut it tomorrow. They went away. The night gathered in the last branches. The shadow of the night gathered in the shadow on the water. The night and the shadow put on the same head. And it said,
"Do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Each man believes in his heart he will die. Many have written last thoughts and last letters. None know if our deaths are now or forever. None know if this wandering earth will be found. We lie down and the snow covers our garments. I pray you, if any open this writing, make in your mouths the words that were our names.
Lieutenant, this corpse will not stop burning. That you, Captain? Sure, I remember. I still hear you lecturing at me on the intercom. Keep your guns up, Burnsy. And then screaming, "Stop shooting, for Christ's sake, Burnsy, those are friendlies." But Christ's sake, Captain, had already started, burst after burst, little black pajamas jumping and falling. And remember that pilot who'd bailed out over the north, how I shredded him down to catgut on his strings.
Near a Roman graveyard, planes and tanks shook its window panes. A retired professor of astronomy taught me how to play. That must have been in 1944. In the set we were using, the paint had almost chipped off the black pieces. The White King was missing and had to be substituted for. I'm told, but do not believe, that summer I witnessed men hung from telephone poles. I remember my mother blindfolding me a lot. She had a way to tucking my head suddenly under her overcoat. In chess, too, the professor told me that masters play blindfolded, the great ones on several boards, at the same time.
The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over city and harbor on silent haunches, and then moves on.